The U.S. has carried out fresh airstrikes on Somalia, killing over a dozen people, which the Pentagon claims were all al-Shabaab terrorists. In a statement, the U.S. Army said the attack took place about 50 kilometers outside the coastal city of Kismayo. The statement added that no civilians were presumed dead in the attack. Washington is using its drones under the pretext of targeting militants in several Muslim countries, including Somalia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Yemen. Reports on the ground show many civilians have fallen victim to the U.S. strikes in recent years. Joining us live now from Madison is Professor James H. Fetzer, who's a professor emeritus at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Professor Fetzer, thanks for joining us. What do you make of not just this drone attack, but in general these drone strikes, which the U.S. says only target militants?
Well, I don't understand what we're doing in Somalia. It's a virtually entirely desert country in Northeast Africa, population of 11 million, virtually no wealth. Its last coherent government collapsed in 1991. George H.W. Bush sent in a group for humanitarian reasons. They became embroiled with a warlord in Somalia in 1993. We had a Black Hawk helicopter shot down. They even made a movie about it. Bill Clinton then withdrew all our forces from Somalia. Trump appears to be reinstating them, but there's no obvious reason for our presence whatsoever that I can discern. And I'm dumbfounded that we've been in Somalia for 25 years with no reason or rationale, which is longer than we've been in Afghanistan, which is widely believed here in the United States to be our longest continuous military engagement. It's been intermittent in Somalia. The use of the drones, once again, which we find ubiquitous in the Middle East, taking out far more innocent civilians than designated terrorists. But I just don't see the rationale for involvement in Somalia whatsoever, no matter how many drone strikes Donald Trump wants to commit there.
Professor, you know the argument, obviously, that the U.S. government uses in support of drone strikes, saying that they're more precise, apparently, and that they're keeping America safer. Do you agree with that?
No, it's ridiculous. You don't have a high degree of reliability and target identification. We've taken out many wedding parties because they were mistaken for groups of militants celebrating. I mean, it's outrageous. One study in 2009 showed that for each targeted terrorist, we were killing on the order of 140 civilians. It's outrageous. It's inhumane. There's no due process. These are individuals who, by and large, have nothing to do with the United States. They pose no threat to the United States. This is wanton killing. This is mayhem. This is murder by the United States. It's disgraceful, it's disgusting, and it should end.
For Professor Fetzer, we'll leave it there at that. But of course, as always, we appreciate you sharing your insight with us.